Hello Poppets, Media Ghoul here. OMG, it's time for Rings of Power episode 5. I can barely contain my excitement. I wonder what devastating cannon breaks and delicious cringe we have in store for us today. Oh my, let's just jump right into episode 5, starting with...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This sequence here needs to be taught in every film school. I mean, wow. Look at the symbolism on display here. You know, the mountains are like rings and treasure. The mountains are like treasure to the dwarves, and rings are like King Durin grabs his ring of power. We hear spooky dark whispering. How foreboding, the temptation. But wait, we, the audience, know these are going to be dark, spooky, bad time rings, but surely they wouldn't be like that until Sauron forges the One Ring and binds them. Otherwise, why would anyone wear the rings? Oh, I'm sure I'm overthinking it, right? Na'vi is taking King Durin through a mine shaft. They're digging new holes looking for light sources. What? Sorry. How was this a difficult task? You know where the sun is, right, guys? It's up. Just go up. You guys have a doorway that's next to a Regian. I know it sounds crazy, but sunlight's there too. Just open some shafts up around there. Prince Durin is also here, working the mines. We've already talked about how stupid this is, so no need to go further into it. But really? Really? Oh, he's the only heir to the throne, reduced to working the mines. Get out of here with that nonsense. King Durin becomes transfixed with a part of the shaft. Oh my. The king demands this part to be dug.
Dig here.
Even though it's a foundational wall.
It's a load-bearing wall! Oh, God, Daryl,
But the king cares not. He demands Prince Durin's pickaxe and starts to chip away at the foundation himself. Na'vi, the only dwarf with a functioning brain, tells the other workers that the shift's over and to go.
Shift's over! Go!
Good stuff. Obviously it's unwise for other miners to see the king doing something like this, but he also sends the workers out just in case the king collapses the mine shaft while digging at the foundation wall. Wow, Na'vi cares about his workers. Wow, Na'vi cares about his people. Na'vi's an actual character. Now that is crazy. Rings of Power. You have an actual character here? Oh, by the gods. We see some time has passed and the king is still digging away, but then... oh my, the mine shaft begins to rumble. Things are getting bad and... oh, light. And look, he dug up. Amazing! Simply amazing. It took the king of the dwarves, wearing a ring of power, to figure out that, if the sun is up there, maybe we should dig up there. Thank the gods for Sauron, otherwise Khazad-dûm would be lost to the darkness forever, because no one knew which direction the sun was. Wow, the dwarves are so cool! Using the ring, King Durin points out more places to dig.
Yeah.
Then we get an amazing quote. Pity those who dwell above, slaves to the sun, chained to ceaseless rhythm of wake and sleep. In Khazad-dûm we are free of its tyranny. Here we bring the sun to us. Oh, what? Your kingdom nearly starved due to losing the sunlight. And you aren't slaves to it. Cringe, man. I bet the writers thought that was, ooh, so clever. It would have been, had we not spent the last few episodes in dire conditions due to the lack of sunlight, you absolute buffoons. The people of Khazad-dûm are celebrating. Yay, we won't starve to death.
Khazad!
Deezer and the songbirds, however, look rather concerned. You aren't happy your home and your people have been saved? I'm sure there's good reason for this, and something not absolutely cringe and character ruining, like, oh, I don't know, she's jealous that she wasn't the one to find the light and save everyone, thinking it's unfair that the king did it. Oh, surely not, right?
She's got the moves, she's got the muscle and a whole lot to prove. Strong woman! Strong woman! Strong!
Back in Eregion, we're having a small get-together to celebrate the new couple, Salaryman and the Anteater. Behind every great man, there's a powerful woman after all. The Salaryman takes this moment to present a gift to the dwarves. Food? I mean, we still need food until our crops can grow. Food? No! Moon runes! I'm gonna gift you some moon runes on a big stone slab. Have fun carrying it home. What? Bro, what? Really? Bro, do you guys remember moon runes?
I remember.
Do you guys remember the door? The door from The Lord of the Rings? Do you remember the door? Bro, what is going on? Navi then says the door is protected by a password only known to friends. It's kinda cringe when you know the password is literally the word friend. It might as well be the word password, or 1234. Thanks for making the moon rune door to Khazad-dûm cringe, Rings of Power. I didn't know you had it in you. It's all happy times, but Anteater walks off. I get it. It's hard when your boo is giving another man attention. Like the powerful woman Anteater is, he gives Salaryman a tongue lashing.
Too much?
I encouraged you to keep it short. You do not always listen.
This is the Dark Lord. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. Anteater super subtly puts the idea of rings of power for men into Salaryman's head again. Truly, master manipulation at work here. Yikes. Salaryman tells Anteater, babes, you're being dramatic. Everyone is here to celebrate their love, but Anteater isn't having it. Like the super subtle master manipulator he is, he raises his voice and says, no, babes, I wish to speak of man rings right now.
I would prefer to speak of them now.
Oh, how saucy. He talks up men and name drops a few. Salaryman, you better watch your girl around these Númenóreans. Obsessed much? Anteater gives a great idea. We will search out 9 men that are truly worthy of the rings. Oh, you have the time to do that now, do you? Such a thing could take years. Okay. Salaryman, however, puts his foot down. No, Anteater, we aren't inviting all the men in the realm over. This is meant to be our night, and all you've been doing is fantasizing about other men. Anteater takes it very well, until he says, fine, I'll make them myself. Celebrimbor said no, the rings are done. It's his forge, it's his city, it's his blacksmiths. If he says no, it's over, right? He's the boss. Right? Oh, yay, we are back in Númenóre. Yahoo! What drama and intrigue will we have this episode? The Wizard of Oz is chit-chatting with Prince Joffrey Bolton. He's very upset at the elven architecture far off in the distance. He says it was probably put there as a reminder to men that their days all must end. Wait, what? Pharazôn talking about mortality and his anger toward elves? Oh my, finally! We see now he holds the scepter and rules over Númenóre. So it really was that easy.
Oh, there's a bird, and that guy, he walked over to the bird. He's my king.
What? Fine. We then have a fantastic moment. The Wizard of Oz tells his son, oh, by the way, your mum thought you were super cringe when you were a baby. Yep. She said you're going to meet your end in a super yikes and laugh out loud fashion. I think that's actually why she died.
Why would you say that, Daddy?
Because you are cringe, my son. You are cringe.
Did I just do that? I did not just do that. Ah, okay, that is something I do now. Did you not just see me take out that gnarly beast?
Aragai is in blind Bertha's quarters. At night. Oh, the scandal. Aragai talks about performing a military coup to place Bertha back on the throne, for she is the rightful queen. I guess that's honourable. Apart from the fact that last we saw, the people overwhelmingly rejected Queen Bertha and chose the Wizard of Oz. Male succession? No. Bertha was only a stand-in for the king? Ah, who cares? Bertha just attracts She's McQueen energy. Speaking of She's McQueen energy, we get a tender moment between the two. I couldn't care less about any of this. Aragai shares the vision he got from the Palantir when he touched it, which, yeah, the Palantir here is giving people visions, instead of being the fantasy stand-in for a telephone, which is what they are. No, you see. The Rings of Power writers saw in The Lord of the Rings. When people use it, Sauron gives them visions. They don't realise, however, that's both a way to influence people with his magic and probably one of the only ways he can communicate. You know, because he's a shadow man. The writers interpreted this as, oh, the Palantir gives visions of the future, and wrote it into their show. That's kind of cringe, brother. Aragai had a different vision to what's usually shown, however, which is the fall of Numenor. Bertha takes this as proof that, actually, the Wizard of Oz should be king, as this means the future has changed, and Numenor will be okay. She then commands Aragai to serve the new king. So, Mr. Honorman should absolutely take that order and run with it. Yes? Oh, we shall see.
You hear me? Your captain, my captain.
We cut to a number of Sea Guard being stripped of their rank and position. Everyone who was loyal to Blind Bertha is a Sea Guard no more. This is also news to Aragai, who's like the captain, but whatever. What's worse is this is on the authority of Aragai's daughter. So, the daughter hates the father and wants him to suffer. There's literally no other reason for her to do this. It would be, oh my, rather cringe if later on we see her get overly emotional and distraught over the obvious consequences of her own actions, right? Be careful, Aragai tells her, for her path is made of seawater, and it's a long way to the bottom. But, my brother, the sea is always right. If her path was made of seawater, it would be the right path. OMG, these writers are so good. Do we think it wise to further anger and alienate some of our best and only battle-hardened soldiers? Especially those who don't need many more excuses to rise up against the new regime? The Wizard of Oz is beyond dense, but I guess we already knew this. We get a whole lot of cringe and yikes, as Aragai is also stripped of his rank. The Sea Guard, however, still honour and salute Aragai.
Captain leaving deck! He's nobody's captain now.
Captain.
Thank you, Captain!
Thank you, Captain. Allah bless you, Captain.
Which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone except Prince Cringe. He is surprised by this. Wow, he's really really cool. He's really cool. The Wizard of Oz approaches the Palantir, but we don't get to see what he sees. Wow, colour me not interested in the slightest.
Suspicious.
Yikes.
High King Gil has received Salaryman's letter. What? So, hold on. So, a message can get from Eregion to Linden, but not the other way round? I'm sorry. Did the magic Sauron use to awaken the Barrow-wights include a part where they don't attack messages Sauron wants to get through? Or are we saying that the message we saw was on a time delay and got through after the Elven A-team got through the Barrow-wights? Did they not meet on the road? No? Does this make absolutely no sense, and the writers are praying you don't notice? Yeah. One of the generals is pushing Gil to invade Mordor. But then, OMG, Gil gets a spooky vision from his ring. Yo, this looks like stock footage. I'm not saying it is, but this is the most expensive television show ever made. And this looks like free stock footage you'd see in a YouTube ad about climate change. What? What am I looking... What? Cut to Action Man Elrond. He's stripping down so he can run faster. OMG, he's at full sprint. He's heard word that there's some raw meat ready and waiting.
You serious?
Deezer is complaining to Prince Durin about how stone singing takes a lifetime to master, and what King Durin has done feels like cheating. I'm sorry, what? You are upset that King Durin cheated to save the kingdom of Khazad-dûm from devastation and starvation? What? What a horrid thing for Deezer to think and say. She used to be a character once. Long ago. Deezer and Prince Durin are shopping. Deezer finds the perfect tuning orb. This is the start to one of the most bizarre and laughable scenes of the season, in my opinion. Are you ready? So first, Deezer and Durin find out the price. $200 dues. Yikes, that's a lot of dollary dues. The merchant says, hey, blame the king if you don't like it. For every gold piece that's spent, one goes to the king. Ring tribute, it's called. A 100% tax. Right after a potential famine. Are we serious? Are we actually serious? What a joke of a show this is. A 100% tax on all sales. Okay. What happens next? Well, Deezer haggles it to $150 and purchases the orb. She then bumps into someone. This is a very busy and crowded market, you see. After the bump, she drops the orb, which rolls away from her. She can barely keep up with it, due to the fact that this is a very busy and crowded market. The tuning orb then rolls from the market down into a dark pathway, literally right by one of the entrances to this very busy and crowded market. Deezer then follows the path, looking for the tuning orb, stumbling into an open chamber that she doesn't know about.
What is this?
Okay. So the stone singer, who can use her magic voice to map out the mountain and find new places to mine, didn't know about this big chamber. A chamber which is, as I annoyingly pointed out, right next to a busy, crowded market. No one's come down here before. Down this path that's literally right here. And people think the show is good? Okay, fellas, yeah. Are we ready for even more cringe? Deezer uses her stone singing to find the orb, which is just next to her, by the way. But in doing so, this happens. Yeah. Deezer went, ha ha ha, and the Balrog went, ha ha ha, back to her. What is this? All of this entire sequence is everything you need to know about Rings of Power and its writing. This happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. Doesn't make sense at all. Who cares? I'm being paid anyway. These are the types of people that were involved in the writing strikes, by the way. You know, the writing strikes that practically ruined Season 2 of House of the Dragon. Yeah, these talentless, brain-dead writers are worried about being replaced by AI and demand to be paid more. Hey, here's an idea. If you're worried about being replaced and want to be paid more, how about you work harder and write better? I can assure you, if you are talented writers, you'll be the ones using AI as a tool in the future, not the ones being replaced by them. Oh my, I have to create something good and put effort into it? No.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
King Durin has invited emissaries from other dwarven kingdoms around Middle-earth. He presents them with the Rings of Power, along with a tantalizing offer to say the least. But we don't get to hear that offer just yet. Oh my, I can't wait to hear it. We instead cut to King Durin talking to Na'vi about digging deeper. The king says, bro, yikes, what cringe lord set all these mining restrictions? You did, Na'vi says. You are the cringe lord, my king. King Durin tells Na'vi to strike them. Then he notices his ring of power is missing.
What is it?
You took it off.
What is it? What have you done with it?
He immediately freaks out, but Na'vi points out that the ring is on his table, saying he took it off because his hand felt heavy. Right, okay, so we're doing this then. Rings of Power want to present the rings as if wearing them immediately begins to corrupt the wearer, as the One Ring did in Lord of the Rings. Oh, remember the One Ring? Yeah, this makes zero sense, however, because the rings are actually meant to be good. Until the One Ring is forged, which binds the rings and allows Sauron to corrupt the wearers. It also makes zero sense because why would anyone ever want to wear a ring from someone who has completely changed personality and become a greedy, paranoid, destructive version of themselves? Such a thing would make everyone suspicious of the rings, the makers, and in turn Anatar. Again, another chink in Sauron's master plan. Another reason to view this Sauron as a clueless buffoon. Hashtag not my Dark Lord. We then have the last piece to this awful, bizarre sequence I set up before. Durin storms in, demanding the king to stop. There's a nameless evil under the mountain.
Disa heard it herself. A nameless evil. Ancient and powerful.
Okay, so hold the phone. So Disa stumbled into this random chamber that somehow no one knows about. She went and now she knows about the Balrog and has warned Prince Durin and now the king. So Prince and King Durin both know about the Balrog. Why? Why are we doing this? Also, how did Prince Durin know that the king had just demanded Na'vi dig further? He says we can't dig further, I beg you not to. You just got here, bro. The king just changed his restrictions. Prince Durin is talking as if he was part of that conversation. These writers, man, AI is already better, my god. King Durin says, with this ring, I can see the mountain.
With this ring, I can see it.
Yes, my boy. Everyone with eyes can do that, but okay.
Who you gonna call? Someone else.
Salaryman has his very busy work schedule interrupted by a commotion. We see things floating around. Oh, it's a spooky ghost.
Look out!
Bro, you have that heavy-ass anvil just hanging there? That is not OSHA approved. Turns out, Discount Galadriel had put on the ring that they were working on and disappeared into the unseen world. She was doing that? And she untied the anvil? What a psycho! Salaryman is tricked into helping them make the rings, to the surprise of no one. But before he can give his advice, he's interrupted. Prince Durin has teleported here, my lord. Durin tells Salaryman the ring has changed his father. He tells Salaryman the king is demanding a 50% tax on everything from the other dwarves to have the rings. So, the Dwarven Lords obviously all tell King Durin to piss off. The rings are never given out, Sauron's plans fail, and peace is restored to Middle-earth. Ah, King Durin, the hero we don't deserve. Salaryman insists there can't be anything wrong with the rings. Then Prince Durin says the fault is with the maker, and that Anteater can't be trusted. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this at all. There's nothing wrong with Prince Durin immediately figuring out Sauron's plans and figuring out that he's Anteater. No, nothing wrong at all. Everything's fine. Discount Galadriel talks about seeing Sauron to Anteater. He tells her, actually, babes, that's your boss. Salaryman is going through a tough time and I'm trying to help him. Okay, stranger, who I met a few days ago. I totally believe you over the elf I've probably known my entire life and have been working for potentially hundreds of years. Yeah, makes sense to me.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Back in Numenor, we're at a fishy fishman temple during a ceremony for the lives lost in Middle-earth. To the faithful, this is a super important ceremony to ensure the souls of the dead can pass on. Now, if you were, let's say, a new king who was trying to take control of a kingdom, would it be wise to, I don't know, interrupt such a ceremony? Well, the King's men interrupt such a ceremony. Joffrey Bolton, the Prince of Cringe, is here. He does some, I'm the bad guy type things. There's a scuffle between him and Bro Snow. It escalates. And then...
Our captain.
Oh no! Bro Snow is dead! Oh, it's tragic and it's emotional. And he is never mentioned again, and everyone simply moves on. Bro Snow, we hardly knew you. Seriously, we knew nothing about you. Another wasted character. Oh wait, no, he wasn't a character to begin with.
But now, you are all alone.
We get some quick but juicy cringe. Salaryman asks Anteater if he corrupted the rings. Anteater says no. You did. Dun dun dun! You see, my friends, Anteater convinces Salaryman that because he lied to High King Gil, that somehow affected the rings. How it would affect the rings? I don't know. The show can't be bothered to explain how that could change the effects or the process of the forging. In fact, in a show about forging the rings of power, we barely know about how they're forged, what the process is, what makes them magic. Mithril. It's mithril and, elven magic and the like. Yeah, okay, fine.
Liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Prince Durin is trying to tell his father about the corruption of the ring. His father, however, is not listening. He gives his son his title back. Oh, he's prince again. Right, those miners that bullied him can have their hands chopped off now. Treason and such. We cut back to Prince Durin's home, and Deezer is not impressed. She demands him to promise he will never, ever wear that ring. He swears it, and I'm sure he'll keep that promise.
You thought I was asleep, didn't you? Acting.
Salaryman is giving an inspiring speech to his workers. Oh, well, no. It's actually a cringe speech, and he's making unreasonable demands and freaking out a bit. The only reason this is happening is to further trick his blacksmiths, mainly Discount Galadriel, into thinking something is seriously wrong with him, which, to be fair, something is seriously wrong with him. He's written by the Rings of Power writers. Yikes, what a horrible disease. And I'm afraid it's fatal. Sorry, Salaryman, you only have a few episodes left to live. At the very least, Salaryman is being performed by an actual, real-life, talented actor. His performance is one of the only saving graces in this miserable show. While I don't like what he's being forced to do by these writers, the actor puts his absolute all into the performance, and that has to be respected. The episode ends with an orc army marching towards Eregion in the daytime. So, they don't burn in the sun now? Okay. Then we quickly cut back to London, where Elrond has magically shown up just in time to tell High King Gil that Eregion needs their aid. High King Gil does his usual,
"Hey, I don't know, I'm friggin' cringe, man."
We then cut straight back to the Orc army, releasing Galadriel to then be surprised by Dada. Again. Wait, we did the same cliffhanger last episode. Whoa, wait a minute. These writers copied their own cliffhanger within one episode of each other? Oh God, end it, end it, end it. Oh, it's ended. Jeez, another stinky yikes episode. I cannot believe Amazon would spend over $1 billion on a show and not focus on ensuring the writers are any good. The writing is the foundation. It's the backbone. But I guess Amazon hasn't figured that out yet. Yikes. We are getting close, though. Ooh, very close to my least favourite episode of the entire show. It's nearly here. I can't wait to be forced to watch it again. And if you're still listening, I can't thank you enough. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out some of the other episodes. That's all from me on this episode, though. I'll catch you next time for episode 6.